Welcome, everyone. Chat has spoken, and we're going to jump into a Premier draft today. That means best of one. I'm okay with that. I like both queues. They both have their pros and cons. I do like the extra variety you get from running a gauntlet of a bunch of different opponents one at a time, but there's a significant loss of strategic advantage and skill advantage by going to best of one, because I don't get to sideboard and I don't get to leverage my above 50% win percentage across best 2 of 3 instead of a one-shot one game. But it's all magic, it's all fun to me. And yesterday we didn't have as much success as the day before, but yesterday I remembered every single one of my mutt pings, so I was happy about that. And so I'm really, I really just want to make sure I'm tightening that part of my game up. I actually used a sticker on my screen yesterday. I'll probably do it again today. I think part of it is that I'm not used to that card as a tapper, like that 2-drop, and that probably by the end of the format I'll have it a little more ingrained. So hopefully we'll keep remembering to ping today, and hopefully you'll keep remembering to check my affiliate link whenever you need something for your physical Magic game, because if you do, you'll end up at cardkingdom.com, which is one of the most excellent places to get all of your physical gear for your tabletop Magic needs. They got sealed product singles and supplies all over the place, and they would love to ship them to you in exchange for US dollars. And if you go through my affiliate link, I'll get a little credit for it, and this stream will keep being supported by this excellent purveyor of Magic stuff. And if you just check them out, you're always going to find your deals and go to a lot of different vendors to get your Magic supplies and needs taken care of, but just keep Card Kingdom on your list. And if you do buy from them, do please remember that you can click my affiliate link before you do and help out this stream. So thank you so much for your support and help, and thanks Card Kingdom for their sponsorship. Let's see what this pack holds for us. Premier seems to be firing pretty quickly, although I've noticed that traditional, the draft queue can take a little bit longer to fire. So I think Premier is proving to be the more popular format for people. What's going on? No, John, it's not hard. I mean, it's not that hard to find a word to pivot to pitching to Card Kingdom, really. Some days are clunkier than others, but ooh, is this? Oh no, this is I get this confused with the one black flying enchantment that's actually quite good. This is pretty unplayable. These are historically just unplayable and limited. It's a constructed concern only. It's just not worth a card to go strip the best card in your opponent's deck out of it, because they might already have it, or you can look their hand too. But anyway, it's just generally not worth it. You're giving up a card to do that. What do we like here? This is not a very good pack, is it? Invigorating Surge. No, Chorister. I don't know. Thanks for that sub. There's Track Down. What are we even taking here? What a garbage pack. Sanctum. We could start on a Sanctum or a Charger if we feel like, or even the Pyreling. Yeah, Chorister. I feel like one of these white cards is probably correct. I haven't really been able to get this Pyreling going. I'm going to take the Chorister as a very weird pick one. If I probably should have just taken Gems, honestly. Even this account doesn't worry too much about Gems, but it can still take them. I just put on Feet because that jumps out at me as certainly a nice floor kind of card. But there's other stuff here to consider. We have Teferi's Tutelage. I've not played this before, but people like it as a win con. We can take it. You want to try it? Tutelage number 1. That probably means we should take a Sanctum, right? If we're going to try doing this thing. And Capture Sphere is okay, but this is part of this plan. If we're going to build around Tutelage, I think we should take the support for it when we can, even though Capture Sphere is a fine card. If this were a little bit better of a removal spell, I think you could argue it over the Sanctum. But if this is our win con, this is super important. John likes the flyer, just the Pegasus, or the Sky Scanner? That's true. I'm going to take the Sanctum, though. We did pass an inventory, pack one, pick one. We could take one here and try and catch it on the wheel, or just try and wheel both. I don't know if there's a consensus best color to pair with trying to go the tutelage route. Probably black, maybe, or red to like control things a bit. Yeah, Protege is... I just kind of defaulted there because I was thinking about the pack one pair, that this was in pack one. But I do like the Protege over inventory. But also, yeah, because if green-blue is... Sunset says green-blue to turbo it, so the visionary is interesting too. And maybe, even though this is doing the draw discard thing, these tend to go pretty late. I don't know. But I think I'll take it. I'll take it because I don't want to miss out on it. But as you can see, I was pretty close to just going with a kind of best card in a different color thing. Crash Through draws cards and could contribute to that. But if we're going to take a red card, let's take this excellent uncommon and then try to wheel the Crash Through. Also, I really do regret taking this Chorister. I wish I had demonstrated proper rare drafting and said in a crappy... In a pack one, pick one as bad as what we were looking at, we really just should have rare drafted there. You want Tome Anima? These go so late. I can't prioritize this. This is an excellent card no matter what you're doing, as long as you are playing mountains in enough quantity. This seems so replaceable to me, so I'm going to take the Immolator. Bolthound is interesting, but not really what we're doing here. This Feat of Resistance still here at pack one, pick six kind of kills me. We could take it and be, be set to... you want to take this? 3/3 wall. Tron just wants to get some bodies on defense. Yeah, I like trying to add to our Immolator situation, but this is not what you want if you're trying to do tutelage, right? So, okay, I'll hold this, but this feat is really interesting to me. Yeah, nobody likes green, so green tends to always be open. All right, I guess we're taking the Pteranodon. What is this doing here? I'll take it. Wujo says green is great. I am saying the conventional wisdom in my ear to the ground hasn't been agreeing with you, but I don't have strong opinions on that yet. Yeah, red aggro is open. Another Bolthound here. What are we taking, though? I don't think this is a Frost Breath situation. Take a Backwater in case of splash. Yeah, I'm going to take... The Imp is a solid defensive card. I should take it. We could backdoor into black. I was about to take the black-blue land, but if we do end up black-blue, I'd rather have the Imp. Here's another Looter. Worth noting that the common works in multiples card draw spell is not there. Here's a place where we could take the Anima, though. Some people wanted this a pick or two ago. So, and we do have a Protege, and these do get worse in multiples, so we can take first Anima over second Protege, which it looks like I have done. The feat comes around. You want to take the Thrill, Buckeye? I can't pass the feat here, although the Thrill is exactly what we're doing. God, all right, fine. We'll give it... Somebody else gets this, but whoever's drafting the white deck at this table, Well, I can read the pack, true, but what are we doing with that? You know, it isn't really. It is very true that this is exactly what we're trying to do, and so it makes it's hard to pass that card, but I think it's correct here. And I don't know, we're not doing any of this. I can imagine how Ben may have mispronounced. This is not best of 3, or I would just take a tampering. I'll take a caged zombie and expect not to play it. Return to Nature may be main deckable. I'm not sure on this yet. I'm not sure how the community is feeling about main deckableness of Return to Nature, but a Forgotten Sentinel could be the... I'll throw it in the board for now, but if this doesn't break the way we want it to and we're having trouble finding playables, you can do worse than this thing. It's not great, though. Yeah, I'll take a Steward there. Rise Again. Last pick, Rise Again, says maybe we are kind of being pushed towards blue-black. Transmogrify to continue the march of terrible rares. Tolarian Kraken could do something. And certainly we're trying to draw cards if we're trying to do this thing anyway. So this is fine. I said terrible pack. I said terrible rares, which it is, but this is a fine pickup. Rousing Reed for card draw. Spellgorger Weird to... or Magmut, if we want to stick red. Idol of Endurance says Exile. Yeah, this isn't really good either. I hear you, True. But the thing is, yeah, and it is good in any deck that you have creatures you want to protect. It's true. But I think I still stand by our decision there. This I'm not sure about. I really would like this weird, but I'll stick to tutelage support. Maybe we'll find another tutelage. That would be great. Grasp, if we wanted to look continuing towards the black or the Eliminate. Although I think I would just take Grasp. I think this eliminates more than Eliminate. It's funny, everything looks open. You want to go the Thrill Weird? We do have this Immolator. Grasp. Yeah, maybe Grasp is too heavy on the black. Let's take the Weird and try to wheel the Thrill and go into the red-blue direction here. All right, somewhat rewarded for that here. Guess we could play this in Spells deck. Hold on, let's see, what do we got? 19 seconds. Okay, so I can switch and weird ya. Weird science. Nothing here looks good for our deck. Maybe we're not in the right lane exactly, but I think we'll end up with playables. I saw the Lofty Denial and was going to be happy with that, but with what we're up to, we can grab an op here. Yeah, turn into a tutelage dirtle. I'm trying to be tutelage dirtle. That's kind of that is plan A. Traitorous Greed, however, not really good in the Dirtle deck, to the point that I might just even want a Silent Dart instead. But this is pretty bad, too. Yes, Greed is a non-creature Tron, but I don't think it's good enough to play. Do you think it's good enough to play? I don't like playing that card unless I'm very aggressive or doing the Steal and Sack thing. Turret Ogre, fine defense, though, for what we're up to here. Another Crab. Yeah, I would love Tutelage number 2. Then I think we have a real deck here. Thrill is fine over the Crash Through. Tampering, not going to make it. I don't think we want to run that, but we'll see. I mean, we don't want to run it, but we might. Pursued Whale. I feel like I'm pursued by the Pursued Whale. This is the card that seems to follow me around, the rare that seems to follow me around the format. And I think it's worth taking here over the Rousing Read or the Turn to Slag or the Capture Sphere. It's just a win condition in itself. It's been very successful for me, so I'm going to take it. Yes! Look at that, everybody. Got to give up a Dragonfire for it, but plan in effect, right? Black Shine, there's a lot of strong stuff in that pack, but nothing stronger than a second Tutelage. Augur or Weird number 2? Probably just Augur, right? Weird is very good, but Augur draws 2. Augur works with a Tutelage quite well. And is just super good. This is an excellent card. That's true. We do have a lot of 4s. But I don't think we're playing all these, so... Riddle Form, we're not super spell heavy, pretty spell heavy though. I think we can take the Riddle Form here. Sure Strike. Take a Crag in case there's a white splash, but I don't think so. Yeah, we just take the strike, it's fine. I don't know if we're just creature light enough that I don't know if we're really happy with playing that. Crash Through at least draws a card. And I like getting reliability in our mana here with this. This is a good pickup. Real Form can be a lot more defensive than you think, I think. Both the scrying is nice, but you can just cast Instance and make a 3/3 blocker. It's a good way to go. Wow, Slag made it back. There's another feat. My goodness. This is too good to be here, let me tell you. But I think we're low enough on removal, and we have 2 thrills that we should take the Slag here now over a 3rd thrill. Bolt Hound, probably too aggro for what we're up to. I'll keep it in the main for now, though. Here we go. This is what we want out of our... And now I actually, with the triple Spellgorger Weird, I'm liking the double Sure Strike. So we may have like missed our lane. White was wide open, but I'm not unhappy with this deck. Yeah, we're gonna we want to be all in on the tutelage plan and really ask ourselves if playing that card helps with that approach. We can still run these 7s though. I think these are good enough in a go long approach. sometimes, you know what I mean? I mean, do you think this represents hitting the lane? I don't think this represents hitting the lane as much as hitting 2 tutelages and getting cards that a lot of other people don't want. Exactly. That's what Hat's saying, right? Like, that's what I mean. We weren't in our color lane in terms of table availability of colors, but we found a lane that involved taking things at a different priority. So I do like that wizardry triggers a bunch of stuff, though. So people taking... I think I want to cut 1 crab. I don't care about being unblocked. I want the defensive side of stuff. And then we're pretty close here. We just need a couple cuts. Yeah, I like 1 sure strike. I don't know about ogre though. I like having the ogre in. You think the shrine is too cute? Yeah, it is just a loot, right? We don't have a second one. Fender says ogre's an easy cut, huh? I don't think it's so easy. I think this does work. Like, we don't have this... I mean, I know we're blue, but we don't have a ton of flying blocking. It would be nice to have a creature to hold off some flyers. Yeah, we do have 2 tutelages. We also just have a lot of other card drawing. Maybe we cut... oh, sorry, I was thinking this... I had 2 proteges. We have 11 creatures. Yeah, we could just cut the second sure strike. Or we could shave a land with the thrills, but really I'd rather ditch extra lands with the thrills. All right, so... Yeah, I'm not shaving a land. That was just an idle thought for a moment. I am going to cut the sure strike, but those of you who would cut something else, you can plant your flags right now, and then when we draw... When we draw the thing you would cut, we can pretend it's a sure strike and get that data point. And with only 1 crab, you like cutting the whale. No, this card is too good. Like, I know we're trying to... I know I said we are like all in on the tutelage plan, but this is a backup plan, so maybe we're not all in. We're like 95% in with Pursued Whale as a random oops, I win. Yeah, we may come back and want another crab over this wizardry. Like, that's another thing. Like, some people have been saying cut the wizardry, and I get it. Like, maybe I should. Maybe this doesn't do enough. And if, as long as I'm bringing back a different, like, we could bring in a different instant. We have 7 instants and sorceries. And then what other non-creatures? Got 1 enchant. So we have 5 enchantments. Okay, so that's good. Yeah, the weirds have a lot of enchantments to trigger off of. All right, so let's cut. Yeah, let's cut that. I think we can get away without that one. Well, Dangerous, we don't, quote, need creatures. We need a plan, and we have one. But given that, you know, another crab probably does more work for us as on the need creature front than the wizardry does. So let's bring in a crab. I like that. And what are we calling this? Crabby. Weird crabs. Gotta be something. Weird thrills. Too spoilery. And tutelage on the box is good here. It's tutelage. We could say, how about weird teacher? I like that better. Let's get better lands than this. I don't know if anybody claimed any bling, but speak now or hold your channel points, and I will... Here, we use these sleeves since they're red-blue. And... go. Yvonne, you got it. All right. We can look at it like this and do this ridiculous secret code. Oops, that you have to spell right. Actually, I want to take this picture. Hey, Timnos. How many times am I going to win with this deck? You tell me. That's what that poll is about. Oppo going first. We have our tutelage. Anybody keeping this on the strength of the possible tutelage coming up? I mean, and our, like, kind of our worst case is that we find like 2 more mountains. Well, our worst case we get no more lands, but worst case is we get more mountains and augur some stuff away. On the play, this would be a snap mulligan. The fact that this is on the draw is making me slow this a little bit, just and because it has our cornerstone card in the opener. But all right, reluctant mull, and we're gonna keep this obviously. I'm actually going to ditch the Kraken for right now. Often I'm greedy, and I'll ship a mountain or whatever and just try to draw land, but I don't want to mess around. Let's get our lands down and get our defenses up and try to lock it down here. How aggro are they? Very, very aggro. Yeah, thank you for the scene reminder. Let's get to Battlefield Right. A couple of crabs. Can we survive until then? Oh, 70s game shows. Bunch of drunk celebrities being wildly inappropriate. All right, we didn't mind that one. It couldn't block the arsonist anyway. What we want to land is this crab. Even our crab's not good enough now. Yet. Come on, let us punish this strategy. Don't let this work, magic gods. We don't have a capture sphere. We had a couple opportunities, but it was never correct in my mind to take the capture sphere when we had the chances to. We could get a turn to slag, though. That would be awesome. They could kill us right now with a damage doubler. It seems like kind of what their plan is. If so, I'm just gonna... Yeah. Oh, sure strike. Okay. I thought we were just straight dead. And we might be. They sack it and we are dead. It's pretty embarrassing to lose to this, but life happens. And sometimes aggressive strategies work. I do not recommend this kind of deck. It worked out for Oppo here, but this is the type of thing that does not work out often enough to be your prime strategy. Too easy to get punished. We failed to punish, though. I get that it's all about aggro dangerous, but I think that's too much, right? I mean, dangerous is like, it's all about aggro. Are you saying, good job, Oppo, I would run 1-drops that you're looking to put Furor of the Bitten upon? I don't think... maybe... Hey, we'll see. Maybe in 2 months I'll be like running out 1-drops and hoping I have Furors of the Bitten in my hand, but right now I'm on that is too much. And Oppo got away with it a little bit. "26 Island says, tutelage just doesn't work with red. You need defense. Have you looked at the deck? 26 Island? 26 lands? I mean... We have Immolator, Riddle Form with an instant becomes defensive, Dragonfire. These weirds get really big quickly. We have Ogres on block, 2 Crabs. Maybe it's not as much defense as you'd like, but we do have defense in here. What do you think is the best pair for the mill strategy? Black, if you think it's about defense? Like black removal? Well, War Furnace, if you see 2 Furors of the Bitten, if that's not your plan, then your deck is extra bad, right? I'm giving Oppo the credit that that is their plan, because if it's not their plan and they just happen to be running 2 Furor of the Bitten in their control deck and happen to hit them on their 1-drop, then that's even worse, right? So I'm trying to give them credit that that was the plan, and I'm just questioning whether this format is about that level of aggro for success. Here we are again with the monocolored opener, but this one with a Protege on 3 and probably a Crab on 4 and a Thrill to help unload what we don't like. I'm going to keep this here. Yeah, the 1-drop is decent. I'm just saying 2 Furor of the Bittens. I mean, I've played that Goblin in back-to-back days, I think. So it's not about the Goblin. It's about the Furors and what 2 Furor of the Bitten represent to a deck. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm leaving the door open, Fenor. Boy, if there's anything I've learned in 25 years of Magic is that you need to keep your mind open and be ready. You know, Marshall always talks about, I'm going to wait till somebody beats me with it, right? But that's a good attitude to have, like to have your opinions, but then be ready to alter them as evidence necessitates it, right? Oh yeah, I should have sent this guy in because he has prowess. I haven't played with this card before, so I was thinking of it as a bear, but I totally had the attack there. I'll be better about that. A lot of first time with new cards, so I'm making a lot of first time misplays with cards. Our opponent thinks you can run tutelage with red. Gonna go Crab here, and then basically next turn, probably play the island and weird and discard whatever we draw with the Thrill. Yes, I'll remember this time. I'm just talking through my long-term plan here. And since we're not doing any blocking, or we're using all our mana, so we're not going to save this for tapping. You want to go weird now? Why, John? You don't like the sequence I'm talking about? because my sequence uses all our mana on turn 4 and turn 5. Yours leaves one hanging here, which will then leave us hanging next turn too. I can't abide by that. I'm gonna use all my mana. You can explain maybe why you wouldn't, but I'm gonna stick with my plan. Ah, that would have been nice in our deck. So I'm going to play one weird, pitch the other. And if we thrill, we don't have any good attacks, even because of the 5/4. So I'm going to... I could wait, but they are playing blue. They could counter this. I'm going to thrill while the islands are mostly tapped down. Nice, nice thrill. Well, we're getting outplanned here. Hey, James. Welcome. Welcome, Raiders! James from Loading Ready Run has sent his crew over here for the raid. Thank you. Welcome, everybody. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Ryan Spain. I co-created Limited Resources with Marshall Sutcliffe in 2009 before working at Wizards of the Coast for 7 years between 2011 and 2017. And now here I am streaming part-time mornings Pacific. Welcome. And we're having a humbling experience so far. We got destroyed by a 1-drop followed by 2 Fear of the Bitten that we couldn't beat. And now we are getting outdone on our own plan. This is a mirror match. We have 2 Teferi's Tutelage in this deck. We have seen 0 of them this game. Oppo has found theirs, though. And now we're getting kind of ground out here. I'm going to main phase loot. Look for some better action than the Fistful of Lands. Unfortunately, don't find it. Yeah. Not very Millhouse at all, indeed. We could, like, attack with the crab and try and get that Gadrak dead, but it's not even really the problem. The problem here is that we're going to get milled out before we mill them out. I have a feeling we're going to lose a tutelage here. Ready? No. I'm not even sure a tutelage would be in time now. Hey, there's one. Yeah, I like our deck. It's not over. We'll see. If we can find tutelage into tutelage, we could start winning the mill race. And finding all these great lands to loot away. I'm not gonna... Let's see. We could have 2 drops we want to play, so I will loot right now. Like that one. Except I'm going to discard 1 land and then keep the other for pitching next turn. Not going to play this land now. Could probably send in the Immolator and they wouldn't block. But again, it's not even really the problem. Damage doesn't seem to matter too much here. It's going to be who mills whom first. Yeah, I just don't see the point of swinging the crab. The Thrill was unplayable in the sense that if I played the Mountain to be able to cast the Thrill, I no longer have a discard for it. All right, don't get our other tutelage. Really just want our other tutelage to make it to the battlefield, and then I think we can win this. They're at 21, we are at 12. But if we and one of them is the right. I gotta make sure. Maybe I missed it. Yeah, the other tutelage is still in there. So and we get a lot of draws for it coming up here. All right. Well, this is unfortunate because it means they're going to loot us again. We got to brace for it again because we may lose our tutelage again. All right, cross your fingers. Don't take it from us. We needs it. All right, still live, still live. I haven't done exactly the math, but I think with two tutelages and the Thrill and the Protege, we can turbo their library to catch up. Oh yeah, I missed that line. That was a good line, Swamplore. Swamplore was suggesting to shock this, but it doesn't deny the draw though. Oh yeah, because it would be off the battlefield. Yeah, sure. Yeah, so that was a line I could have taken. All right, now let's see if we can find our tutelage. I really don't want to... I want to save the Thrill since it's a draw 2. I'm going to start with looting. We really need to find it, like, off this opt. Come on, opt. Come on, opt. Tutelage. See, now it's just... Now finding our other tutelage is just getting us too deep here. Not necessarily out of it. Yeah, I keep looking. They're at 14 to our 7 right now. 14 to 7 currently. Yeah, Thrill pitching the Sanctum, but there's no need to do it this turn. We can just leave everything up right now. I guess we could avoid counter magic. Sir Elgar says they're end of turn, but... I am going to Thrill now while shields are down. I don't want this countered. Ugh. Harsh, harsh, harsh. So now it's 10 to 5. I'll play this one. We may need land coming up. Yeah, we may... like I said, I haven't done the deck damage math. It's too complicated for my poor streamer brain. Unfortunately, there goes our other tutelage. But where are we at? They're at 3. If we can go mill crazy on our turn, we can still win this. And if they don't do anything more here... Draw 3, that's gonna do it. Rough beats. Getting slammed by a ridiculously greedy aggro deck. How do we have one more turn? I don't know how Dangerous gives us another turn, but... Is there a way to put something on our library? Not really. All right. Yeah, it's really sad to lose that. We didn't see any other tutelage from them. They just beat us on tutelage. Yeah, we just lost to a worse version of our deck. And then after losing to what I thought was a suboptimal approach to aggro. But others have said Führer is more playable here. We'll see if Führer is the rising star of the format or something. But turn 3 tutelage better get us there this time, or I'm going to be cranky. I didn't say a bad version of the deck, Gad. Let's be clear. I did not say a bad version of the deck. I said a worse version. But I implied that ours was better. And maybe that's even debatable. They had some, they had the good rare on defense, the 5/4 flyer and stuff, but we had 2 tutelages anyway. Fair enough, Timnos. We probably had 2 tutelages to their 1. Speaking of 2 watchers is a little absurd. And this is why I'm happy we were playing the Turret Ogre. Thanks, Poetic. I like appreciation. Gratitude is a powerful mechanic, everybody. Powerful, powerful mechanic. Try it. Well, probably need to... We can let go of the whale here. I don't think it's going to matter with what's going on. They're going to be happy to attacking with us, so... yeah, sorry, 7-drop. See ya. You're not the plan this time. Crab is also fairly useless against what we're seeing here, but I think... we can at least cast it, whereas we're going to be dead before the whale matters here. Yeah, I don't know. Like, what a day, right? I'm trying to have a good attitude here. I'm trying to have a good attitude about this whole format, which has been wrecking me like this pretty hard. This is the O2 bracket, mind you. Can I remind you that this is the O2 bracket? What a wrecking. What an annihilation. So, everybody in the world has been telling me how awesome this card is. Mythic Uncommon. Gotta play it. Best uncommon in the format. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. All we did is get rolled. Seriously hardcore rolled. Which is not to be results oriented. It's all data points, right? We're not drawing any... I don't want anybody to think I'm being so roddy that I'm just concluding that the card is unplayable. I'm more pointing out, oh my god, everybody says this card is amazing, and look what happened to us. Oop, hold on. It's not results oriented to observe that that it was difficult to make the card work. It would be results oriented to say, because of the 3 games we played right there, we can see that this strategy isn't good. Or really the 2 games, because one of them was a mirror. So really, we lost twice to aggro, and losing twice to aggro is hardly a condemnation of an entire strategy or build around card is all I'm saying. But observing that it is not some walk in the park, tutelage is easy wins, right? It's not that. It's not that. Yeah, that's true. I'm not going to worry about records in the deck names. I haven't. That's what I was going to do. I needed to kill decks from my inventory so that I could. And yeah, you know what I would like to do? Let's try. If anybody's got an M21 deck they want to play against me, I want to give this 03 deck another chance. We went 03 with this weird teacher deck, and it seemed unreasonable for this to go 03. It's not amazing, and we did get rolled, and maybe we're a little weak to hyper aggro. But I was very surprised to go 03 here and would love to give it another try. All right, Fantasia, bring it. So my name is here. If you're not buddies with me, you need to friend Going Optimal pound 32646. And I will await a challenger. Just make sure to challenge me to a best of 1 40 card is the thing you got to make sure. Yeah, we lost to Hyper Aggro twice and then lost to the Mirror. So basically, our worst matchup and then a mirror match. So it was hard to get a sense of how good this deck actually is. And we'll go ahead and we'll put back our 03 to acknowledge what the current record of this deck is, which is 03. We have an opt on 1, but with double weird, we're going to try weird on 3, weird opt on turn 4. I'm going to save that opt. And actually, to that end, I'm going to play a mountain. Tutelage, also nice. Probably want to just get... Well, what do we want to do? What's your sequencing, gang? Are you going weirds into tutelage, or you just want to launch the tutelage? The thing with tutelage is it triggers the weirds. So if we lead on the weirds, the tutelage will trigger them. But are we trying to win by huge weirds or tutelage? I don't know. Well, this is where Wishcoin Crab is going to come in quite handy. Because that's a big beater. Well, not a big beater, really. But it's a scary card because it's got the indestructible. Yeah, I was on weird plan also. Just want to make sure we were on the same page. Sounds like people are, so I'll drop a weird. On my to-do list is to see if there's a way to redo that meme with the weird and with this red weird instead of the blue weird. Scary, but now we have a crab that at least tries to get in the way. Well, because specifically this one was hard to work with. In terms of our thoughts on it at the time. I was afraid of that. I didn't mention it, but it's because we had to cast our stuff. Now, can we possibly overcome this Masticore in time? And if so, what's going to do it? Maybe we can still get the weird big enough to block over the course of the next couple turns. So I'm going to go weird into opt and actually try to grow this weird into big enough to block Masticore. They got 2 cards left though. This could get shot out of the battlefield right quick. But I think I'll hold the opt in case they go for a shock. I can opt in response. And I'm not going to, like, block the Masticore anyway, so... Okay. That's how it's going. That's an interesting idea, Havoc. Maybe I'll do that. And that's what I mean. I say replace, whatever. Incorporate the red weird into the meme somehow. Extra weird. Do we have bounce? What can we do about this thing? Oh, we have, don't we have 2 copies of Deal 5 Indestructible? No, that was the other deck. I think we have one of those, don't we? Maybe I start with Augur and pitch these 2. We gotta find answers to the Masticore, so that's what I'm gonna do. Now I want the lands to find a 4/6, because that actually does block. I'm going to take this one, though. All right, land is interesting. We can go tutelage and have the thrill, and then just throw a chump, and then probably find a 4/6 next turn. I think like that. I like that. Tutelage, thrill, chump, kraken. I don't think you're going to find a better shock format than Amonkhet. Don't forget Amonkhet before you start talking where shock is #1. Shock or whatever shock type effect that format had. Now I can't even remember. Maybe they didn't have shock there, but there was definitely a red mana deal 2 that was essential in my memories. Okay, magma spray. Okay, so maybe technically this is the shock format, but that's the best 2 damage for a single red format I can remember. But and for a very similar reason, Dynamo, it was just hyper aggro. Well, I'm going to keep the thrill because it may do what we need with the tutelage. With this land, we can cast the Kraken, though. So I'm going to... And the Sanctum does work the tutelage line. So I'm going to ditch the Ogre and hope that Kraken is enough. If Kraken is not enough, we probably lose. Can't remember Kaladesh and Shock. I specifically remember Amonkhet just because it was one of the more hyper aggro formats we've had in a while, and at that point, and killing 1 and 2 toughness creatures was just essential. And yeah, nothing to do about that. We just hope they don't have the tools to kill us outright here. I think there's another land in our top 3 draws, because I kind of want to thrill away the mountain looking for another random land for the Kraken. But if we don't find one and only have 5, that would be pretty bad. Although, honestly, Magmut's pretty bad. I'm going to just get rid of the Sanctum. Sanctum doesn't look like it's going to be in time to do much of anything. I'll make sure we get that land. Pretty far away from milling them out and pretty close to death, so we'll see how this goes. We could... Yeah, I can't take the time to weird here. We're just gonna crack in, hope it can block, hope we only take 2 from the mutt, and then try to find something for the mutt so we don't lose to the reach the mutt has. Another big one. But we have a weird that can get reasonably big. Comes a 3/3 off the thrill. Play the protege as well, and oh, that's not quite enough mana to do it all. Thing is, I think we want to thrill on their turn and tap a bunch of stuff, right? Well, if we tap now, Mike, they just untap. Like, we're not even trying to attack. I think we want to thrill on their turn and tap 2 things then, right? And if we do that, though... Yeah, I'm going to decline. Because I don't even want to use up a mana that we might need based on... Yeah, oh, I guess I already knew the card. Yeah, we could have. It doesn't really matter. Yeah, we're going to have to thrill, as Sunset points out, we now have to play this land so that we can thrill away the protege and use the trigger to tap 2 things on their turn. Why didn't I attack? What turn are we talking about? I mean, I haven't even gotten to combat on this turn yet. And... I don't remember last turn's board. Oh, Oppo. Yeah, I don't know. Want to thrill during upkeep. Make sure they don't draw anything extra. What do you know? Turn to Slag. That could be the savior. Yeah, we'll leave the mutt. We want to tap the things they could actually conceivably attack with. Ooh, we're close. Yeah, we gotta slag the mutt or we die, right? Everything else, maybe we can chump in time to mill them out, but the mutt's gotta die. Trying to get 11 more off of Oppo's library with 2 coming when we untap. I'd play 1 more Mensch and then call it a stream. 2 mutts is trouble. If we get some... I can't remember exactly what card draw we... Ooh, okay. Let's see. We go to 1, ping off Magmut, untap, ping with this Magmut, we go to 1. But we bounce the other one, or we bounce this one so that we don't just die, and then we have 2 chumps for these, and we can try and get there on our draw step. Right? I think that's the only way we don't die. Are we just dead? All right. Well, let's we're not dead 100% of the time because Oppo has to see it. So we're going to make sure they see it. They didn't see it. Instead, they saw that. Actually, they probably saw both. All right, are we going to 05 with this deck? Bring it, Mensch.
You're dead, you're dead, you're dead, you're dead and out of this world.
Good game, Fantasia. Could not get there. Yeah, deck is perfect in one way. Okay, this we're gonna win this one. I feel it. Maybe. I actually don't. I don't know. We're keeping. Probably start an immolator and prowess it up with the riddle form, which we can do if we don't find another land. But we even had the good fortune of another land, so maybe we'll go weird on 3 then, and riddle form on 4. Or riddle form later. I'll take that question as a suggestion and keep it in mind. Which was that I could add change avatar to channel points. It's a good idea. I need some something to do with all these stupid channel points. I can introduce a channel points feature to make fun of the pet that I'm choosing not to use. That's something we could do, Mama. I should have attacked first. Sorry, I'm a little distracted by teasing Mama. All right, riddle form. It's good here. It's a good plan, Smash. I'll put something ridiculous up at some point. That's the thing, Mike. There's no... Like... I'd have to think about the channel point cost for enabling emotes and pets. Like, I don't think it's worth my mental health. I don't think it's worth my mental health. And yes, what is Mensch playing Azusa for? We got to talk to Mensch about that. That's fair, Tim notes. I could do it for a amount of time. N minutes of allowing... Yeah, I don't think men should be playing this rare. I don't think there's a deck in the format that I could... Like, I'm not sure what you're playing this for, because this is a combo card. It's a combo piece for decks that are either bringing lands up and down, hand, battlefield, back and forth, or constructed ramping strategies with bounce lands, which I suppose is lands back and forth anyway, and cards that allow you to fill up your hand with lands so that you can actually continue to use it. Well, Opt is kind of exactly what we need on a few fronts here. And that's exactly what we want there. Finally, this tutelage deck is doing something. See what I did there? So clever. Oh boy. All right. We're just going to drop the Sanctum. All right. Well, that's a reasonable way for this deck to retire. Winning, but without its namesake card. Got our wins on the day, too. That's nice. All right. Let's talk to Mensch for a second, then we'll say goodbye. Does the Vault Progress impact when I should open packs? I wouldn't worry about Vault Progress for optimizing. I think if you... that's what we were asking. It's like, well, I still want... Like, should it be in there? Because, is it ramping you? I mean, it's ramping you, I guess. But if you don't find the lands... If you don't find 6 lands before turn 6, it actually hasn't ramped you, right? Interesting. That's my worry about it, Mensch. I would have to see the deck, but I would not want to run it even if I were trying to... Like we played Ugin today. If we'd had Azusa, I wouldn't have run her in our deck. Even if I added 18 lands or whatever. Of course, Azusa would not be working well with our other cards in that case, but just in the abstract, I don't like Azusa as ramp because you need access to the lands. You need to keep drawing lands. 2 Cultivate, 2 Track Down, 2 Fierce Empath. Okay. You may be you're right on that edge, Mensch. You're convincing me that you have some reasons there. Yeah, definitely sounds like a fun deck. 2 Azuzas, Ugin, and 37. That's a little sketchy. But good game, Mensch. Thanks for at least giving me a win for that stupid, heartbreaking mill deck. So, thanks for hanging out. I don't need to say goodbye to YouTube because we already did at the end of the event. We're just going to find someone to raid here. I'll hop to Soapbox, though. Any final AMAs before I send you on? I think I will send you to Amy if she is drafting today. No, she's playing constructed decks. I want to find someone drafting. Haven't rated Knox in a while because I'm not usually on at the same time as him. He's doing Thursday drafts, and I feel like I owe him a good raid, so let's do that. We'll send you to Knox. Let's give him a nice 3-figure raid, everybody. Jump in there and go say hi to our friend Professor. All right, 85 is pretty good. Hope to catch you tomorrow. We're going to do the chat gauntlet. Chad is going to try and claim my hair, and I'm going to try and just get to 4 wins. Keep my win streak going, all right? That was a really good day. I had a fun time working through that red-green deck with you all. Bye.